right, so looks like we are giving them a chance to get ready. Roll dice, see who's gonna go first. Does Bonney want to go first or second in the Dofi match?
Um, so I personally like just staying second, but
Mhm.
I can make first work too,
Mhm.
because my strategy, as long as my hand has those pieces, I like to set up two searchers early and make
Mhm.
it really awkward with Bonnie's ability, where they can
Yeah.
only pick off one searcher at a time,
Mhm.
and then until you're like later in the game, you kind of don't want to think about putting too much as the Bonnie player as long as you keep search engine alive.
Yeah. Personally, me as a Dofi player, I'd want second, just so that if you play a Cavendish or Carrot on curve, I can bounce it with a Jozu. So
Yeah.
that's why me going second as a Dofi is what I would want to do. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, for Jeremy, who is at the top camera view right
Mhm.
now, he will be top player. Johnny at the bottom. He's going first. So
Yep.
that Jozu will come a turn later, which gives Johnny a turn to establish a Cavendish or a
Yep.
Carrot. So
Also, too, I don't. It doesn't feel good when you let Dofi have second, and then on their four dawn they just immediately Jinbei and the Weevil. Does not feel good.
yeah, so it takes a lot away from Dofi. So
Mhm.
kind of not a rough start for Jeremy, but kind of takes away some plays that he could be playing on curve. So
Yeah.
you see, he's opening up with Perona. Looks like he has a Kaido, I think, in the stack. Oh, look at Johnny got Carrot and Hody in the hand.
That's great. I don't know. I don't know if we got any searchers. I don't know if that's actually the Baby 5 searcher. That might be the 2K. There's so many variations and alt arts of them now that it's hard to tell in hand.
So Jeremy set the stack up, passes it over to Johnny. Let's see if he has a searcher. One of the searchers is for Bonnie.
I don't. It looks like he does if he's. Or maybe he's wanting to establish an early blocker.
Oh, passes.
Okay, so that was the 2K Baby 5, not the
So
searcher.
best move here for Jeremy is just swinging seven, activating that leader ability.
Yep.
See
Yeah,
what he
you're just
gets.
going to play it.
Boa. Oh,
Judge or game state. I mean, yeah. Jordan.
yeah. So Jeremy forgot to draw for a turn. That Boa should be
So
in his
he
hand.
forgot to draw. So he swung, used lead effect, and displayed that. So you just take it to hand and then continue. He forgot to draw, and so he just immediately swung and used the lead effect, and he just flipped over the card.
So let's see what Jordan's gonna rule here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Boa will go to hand. Looks like.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
because
now leader effect goes. Oh, that's why he noticed. So
yeah.
Jinbei.
Is that gonna come out anyway? So or, I mean, technically before
Yeah. So
I think your boa comes down, I have the chance to activate my leader.
and Johnny is
Yep.
correct. A lot of people forget about this Bonnie ability. So as the Dofi swings, after the effect resolves, Bonnie gets a chance to rest. Cannot rest the active that Jinbei plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're on mute. Man, can't read
Let's
cards.
see.
Can't read chat.
Are you gonna attach the on to make it 8?
So with the Boa hitting the field, ability activates. Now the Dofi gets to swing for 8.
Hmm.
And the Bonnie will get to do it.
Yeah, so Bonnie is only at 4 Dawn. He does have his Bonnie searcher now.
Mm,
So he
Well,
could just establish a Bonnie searcher and just going 6 in the Perona. So basically, that Bonnie is now going to act as a pseudo blocker, or he's going killer. Interesting.
So now five
I'm
Don turn.
Yeah, the killer was an interesting play because the searcher Bonnie would have kind of acted as a pseudo blocker anyway. And I definitely usually try and save those killers for when I actually have kid.
Mm. Yeah. So it ends up doing this Sengoku, which allows him to look at the top five for
Hmm.
A7 Warlords, which unfortunate. Did you see that there was a Jozu? So
Yeah.
unable to do it on his next turn. So
Let's see. What is Jeremy thinking?
if he has a prone or a bug, he can stack the top of his deck, or he blind shoots leader swing. There is that option. But Johnny does have one Don up, so no matter what, he's gonna take one swing away.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
you might as well swing with the 6. Oh.
I would have swung with leader first.
Yeah. Yeah, because it looked like he really wanted to use leader effect there, so, it seems like it's maybe just nerves right now.
So since Johnny took the leader swing away, which not allowing him to do leader ability, he's just opting to swing 8 with the Jinbei. Unfortunate. That's why you want to sequence the attacks, right?
Yeah. Um,
I'll go 5 at Jinbei.
So he's swinging 5.
he's at 6 Dawn, so I don't know if. I think he has a carrot. I'm not sure about Cavendish. He's probably going to do carrot.
Yeah, carrot's the move
stun
here.
the boa,
Yep.
And pass it over to you, 1 up.
If he had a 1K counter, I would have countered out just to still have that body on the field.
Yeah, I would have definitely countered out. Well, I guess you're still only getting one attack through, but now that carrot is just a menace.
Mm-hmm.
It's being locked down.
Should be at 7.
He was missing a Don
Yeah,
there.
I think potentially if Jeremy has a pudding, that might also be good timing to use it, but
Looks like he's opting to do Buggy. Looks like I saw Buggy in the hand to rearrange the top 3.
Yeah, because I think at this point, I don't think he knows what's on top. He might know the very top one.
But yes, if he does have a pudding, it would be the move to do.
Yeah.
Johnny does have a lot of good cards for him to utilize.
Yeah, because he has that kid in hand, and that's where you want to be. That carrot and a kid, and then just being able to stun and be so defensive,
The effect, rest,
it
So-
feels like you can't catch up.
As you saw, he just whiffed on leader ability there.
Hmm.
So Sengoku at the top, unfortunate. But Johnny is countering out of the swing right now,
Yep.
deciding on what to give for a counter. So he ends up giving the Bonney
Yeah,
Searcher.
he's just countering because again, potential puddings. And then if he wants to Hody, like it doesn't feel as bad. You're not going down to 1 life if you
5
Hody.
at Gecko.
Yep. So back to putting the pressure on the board. Not a lot of pressure, obviously,
Yeah.
just a 5. But at 7, maybe he's
I'll go
playing Hody.
6 at Gecko, stunning the boa.
He could be playing.
Hody and leave a Don up.
7.
It seems like he wants the Hody, or he might just establish kid. It's possible, but since he countered, he's gonna.
Play kid.
Yep, there he
he's
goes.
establishing kid early.
Fact, play Rosinante, and pass.
So even though Kid doesn't have the Dawn underneath, it's just the fact that Kid is out there. So yeah, Jeremy has free reign to attack leader or try and get rid of the carrot, but just having the Kid in the next turn, he doesn't have to use 8 Dawn to put him out.
Yeah, and not only that, but he establishes his Rosinante. So if he decides to try to swing big at the kid, he can just chump block it away with the Rosinante.
Yeah, yeah.
So definitely a very tough spot here for Jeremy.
Hmm.
4.
And then next turn, free the Hody, or if you're, that crazy, put down a second kid. I've done it.
Yeah. So he does play the Jinbei and plays out a blocker boa. So Jeremy is going wide here with the board, but unfortunately with that kid on the field, it kind of trumps it a bit.
Also, having the second kid, it's great for your opponent can't just put one giant swing down and then get rid of the kid and be like, okay, we're good. Now, if he does a giant swing, it doesn't feel as bad just giving up the kid because then the second one is already set up.
There is one way, and that is if in that 3-stack there was a bounce law. Just slap it all on leader,
It's true.
do leader ability, play it over the Sengoku, maybe bounce the Jinbei to
Yep.
do another play the next turn.
Yep.
So that is still on the table for Jeremy. It all just depends on what was in that 3-stack for Boa.
Yep.
So Jeremy here is thinking about exactly how to go about it.
So 7 flight, lead ability.
Yeah, at this point,
Oh, so he does have the strategy. But with 7 at life,
he's
really the move.
overfilling. Probably just take back the Jinbei.
Stun boa.
Oh, that's not a bad choice either.
No.
7. No trigger.
Problem is that Rosinante is just coming right back. I think Hody would just be unnecessary at this point. I do see a world where he just puts down a second kid.
8 at carrot.
'Cause he
Swings
can-
8 at carrot now.
Yeah, he has to get rid of that carrot.
I'll go to 9.
So then instead of swinging at lead, should he just have swung at the carrot to get another 2K out of hand and then swing 8 with the Moria?
Yeah, I think so.
Because at least that way you dwindle down Johnny's hand.
Yeah, I would have dwindled down the hand because Kid isn't as effective if like you just don't have counter for him. Because with Dofi, I mean, you have such a wide board, even with the carrot freeze, even with Bonney's ability, just having like 3 attacks coming at Kid when you only have like 4 cards in hand, like you have really tough decisions to make.
Oh, definitely. So it looks like Johnny here is trying to figure out exactly what to do. Definitely the Rosinante coming out would be the
5
move.
at Gecko.
Yeah, I think with the hand he had, yeah, I think I definitely would have let that carrot go.
Does Johnny have a 10-drop in hand?
6 at Gecko, Stunning Law.
No, I don't think so. And also the way that he has his on spread, he is going for that second kid. So maybe that's where it probably would have been better to give up that carrot and have counter.
At
Mm-hmm.
8, play
Yeah.
Yep, second kid.
Establishing the fortress right
Yep.
here.
play Rosie, and I'll attach 1 and pass.
Now this is where it's a tough spot for Jeremy. 2 kids on the field.
Well, he only has to attack their one kid, which, like, that's fine. He is low in hand size, but he has to commit Dawn to just attack the kid.
Yeah, but not only the Dawn attachment, but the Rosinante here will be a big part of it. If he can see another bounce law.
Yeah, hopefully he can bounce it. I think if he can knock those kids out, which it's possible, if he is able to set up the bounce law, would be in a very good position because Johnny's hand is low.
Yeah, no, this second kid basically, yeah, this is putting a big wrench into Jeremy's plans here. Looks like he's considering on swinging big with the Boa, but doing that will rest the leader, so he will be unable to do leader ability as well.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's going to be doing any deck setup for leader ability.
Lead effect.
Oh.
Because I think this might be blind.
Yep,
Oh.
so he's swinging 8 at the kid. Boa comes out,
He's going to
which
be
is allowing
going.
him to restack the 3 and then attach it down, which will turn into 9.
Yeah, which will turn to the 9, which is good. because it's a 2K check, and
Now you
I
get the
don't believe Johnny has a 2K because when he countered against the carrot, that was 3 1Ks.
block.
Nope, gives him the Rosinante. So
Yep.
would it could have what he could have did also was attach the Don onto the Jinbei.
That's true. To make that higher, but also too, I think forcing that block is probably better as of right
Yeah.
now, because then you know you can guarantee get rid of one kid.
Yep, 11 a kid
Yep,
solidifying
just
one of
get
these
rid of
kids
it.
to go.
Yeah.
So in a better position here. I think Johnny needs to see a 10 drop here. At least stunning 3 of these bodies, leader and the 2 boas, and then swinging at the other 2. Well, he could stun one with carrot as well.
How many cards in hand?
Yeah. Yes. No. A 10 drop would be very good right now. Stun the leader. KO a character. Or just stun it with another carrot. But I don't know what he's got. Another blocker would also help him out, saving the kid. Dofi's still at 4 life. And
No,
usually you can
he's
wait
at
a while.
5 life.
Or 5 life.
Yeah, so Jeremy
Ooh.
is still very healthy. Very, very healthy here.
Yeah, it's not looking like a
Nah,
winning position because your hand is too low.
no
And when
10
you're,
drop.
yeah, you're not turtling anymore as Bonney.
Yep, and Jeremy still has 4 bodies on the field.
Mhm.
At best, the carrot will stun 1. So it comes down to if Johnny can clear at least 2 of these bodies while stunning 1 to give himself more of a fighting chance here.
Yeah,
I'll go 7 Jinbei, stun a boa.
Yep.
yeah. He has to go for the board clear. That's just telegraphing. Obviously, no 10 drop because he attached a Dawn. Still not sure about a blocker.
And it looks like Jeremy doesn't have that many cards in hand either. So he's only got 3.
Yeah, Jeremy doesn't, but again, with his life, he's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but in the situation where he's in now where he needs to protect the board, he is unable to do that. So Johnny
Yeah.
could do the board clear here.
6 at law.
Oh, and Jeremy looks like he has a 10 cost Kaido in hand. So he is protecting the law.
Yeah, 10 cost Kaido can get him back in the game.
Maybe just dropping the Kaido down next turn. Getting those 4 cards back to hand.
Let's go
Yeah,
9
because then
at
you have to
law.
have the blocker with Kid.
Mhm.
Then I'll tap 6 to play Hawkins and pass.
There you go. Big
Ooh.
blocker.
Let's see. So we have one Boas on. So we're only going to be seeing one swing this turn. It's going to be from leader.
And that's if he decides to swing.
Yeah, it
'Cause
looks
if
like
he
Jeremy.
establishes this 10 drop.
Yeah, looks like
There's
Jeremy
that
just
too.
picked up the Grav Blade, which actually can get rid of his Hawkins and Carrot.
Yes and no, because he would need to swing with the boa first. If he tries to grab blade first, the Basil can trigger and rest the boa, no?
So how Johnny is going to play his leader ability, though, he only needs to swing with his lead. So he could do his leader ability. Johnny will rest the boa, and then he could gravity blade with the remaining 7.
I'll use Hawkins effect. Rest
Oh,
Oh, and the miss sequence here.
yep. He
So-
had the right idea, but just had to go with the sequence that I was saying.
Yeah.
time for 1.
If he would have swung with leader first, activate ability to establish a body, he would have been able to gravity blade both
Yep.
the carrot and the Basil.
Yep.
Unfortunately, missequenced that there.
Yeah, no, that's gonna hurt him because having that blocker out there with the kid
7 for
is just the worst thing.
Yep. So
Oh, he's going for the Hody.
now Johnny's playing aggressive now, taking the Hody
Mhm.
for life.
I'll swing 9 at a boa.
Yep. Yeah, Johnny might be able to get back in this game. Not a big hand size, but with Dofi not able to do too much.
Do you just clear the last bow with Hody?
Yeah, you just clear the last bow with Hody. if that sequence wasn't messed up with the gravity blade, I think Jeremy would have had a real chance to just clear that kid and still have a pretty good chance in this game. And
Oh, there's another gravity blade,
but that's only a 5 cost on the trigger.
yeah. So it looks like Johnny's going for the aggression at lead.
Yep.
Feels comfortable.
Pass it over to you.
Honestly,
It's
I
time
would
to
too
end
with
this.
having the Basil and the kid on the field.
Yeah.
But only 2 cards in hand for Johnny here.
Also, too, if you pay attention, just because Jeremy took a little bit to really stare at that trigger, there's only a couple cards that have trigger and Dofi. So that also telegraphs, okay, that's a brick, or I know what he pretty much has.
Yeah. So at this point, I would swing big with the boa to be able to swing and potentially just get the Basil off the
Yeah,
field.
if you don't need to use leader ability, just swing with the boa at this point, which it seems like he is doing. 10.
How much is that?
Yep,
10?
you got to go 10.
I'll use leader effect to rest your leader. So
Then
10.
does he have the counter?
Does not. So it looks like the Basil will go.
I think he does. He's
Oh.
just debating. I
Oh,
think he
had
has a
3 cards in
0.
hand.
Oh.
No, it looks
No.
like it's a Rosie and a Bonney.
He has
And a
3K
Hody.
where he can get out.
That's not a Hody? That's a Hody.
No, he does have a Hody,
5
but
left,
he has a
right?
Bonnie and then a 2K
Oh,
baby
right.
5, I
Or
think.
5 or 6.
6, I'm sorry. 6.
But 10K was the right number.
11.
Oh, I thought that was a Rosinante.
No.
It was the baby 5. Unfortunate there.
Yeah, so now he doesn't have another attack. There's nothing for the Dofi player to really bounce back the hand. Gravity Blade isn't doing anything right now. I mean, there's 6 Dawn left. Yeah, I don't think there's much time to really rebuild on the Dofi's part.
No, even then, Johnny does have the Hody,
Yeah.
which if he plays another blocker boa, could just rest the boa.
Yeah.
And then Johnny will just have to go for game there. Cause,
Yeah.
Well, no, because he could just turtle up behind the kid. But 1 card in hand or 2 puts him in a really rough spot there.
Yeah, with what Johnny had for options, obviously you're playing the kid in this matchup like 10 out of 10 times. But doing the back-to-back kid was the smart decision.
Oh, yeah. And then if both kids would have stuck, then attaching 2 down on each,
Yeah.
then would have really.
Yeah, because playing kid when you're behind, still a good card to play when you're behind, but it can be brutal to save.
First effect.
So there you go.
Mhm.
Boa hits the field, but unfortunately we know Johnny has the Hody, so he could just rest the Boa.
He could. I don't know.
Could rest, board clear, and even swing at life here.
It's just the fact he has no counter. So if something happened and things went south, it's not a good idea. I don't think there's a reason for Johnny to have to go for game right now.
Yeah. So ends up swinging at the Boa, clearing it with the
Mhm.
kid. Looks like Jeremy has a 2K counter, a Grav Blade, and I don't know what the 3rd card is there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think right now, I don't know what Johnny has left in hand. He has the Hody for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he top decked here. But it looks like he's not opting to do the Hody yet.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's anything that he's wanting to play right now. I think it's just put on aggression.
Yep, so he's swinging 8.
Yep.
Oh, the Kaido. That's the other card that Jeremy has.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, he was in too bad of a spot to play Kaido.
At lead.
Mm-hmm.
He's swinging with the Hawkins.
Which must mean he drew into a baby blocker.
Yeah, he must have a baby blocker then.
Oh, 5. Oh, Cavendish.
For Cavendish, interesting.
And 9 at lead.
Yeah, I wouldn't have swung with the Hawkins just to be safe. Because without a blocker, Well,
I mean,
no,
at
he's
best,
safe no matter what.
he rests either leader or the bowl blocker because the Perona's not going to do much.
No,
You're not slapping all 10 down. Well, I
no.
mean, he could be
Re-
very ambitious.
yeah,
It is possible.
realistically, you're getting one attack in, and then if you
And
go
attacks you, one up.
like that much to get rid of the kid, the rest of your turn you're not really doing anything, and then you can't play Kaido either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, at this point, Kaido is not worth playing.
No,
Um,
no. Looks like he
Looks
got
like
a
he drew a
teach.
teach.
So a Grav Blade, Kaido, and a teach.
Yeah, no, Johnny is sitting very pretty here, especially with that other Hody in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything you can do to get out of the situation. Just again, because of Bonnie's ability, you realistically have one attack. If you go for two, you're basically just conceding the game at that point.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Because you would have to finish Johnny, and you can't finish Johnny when he has one life left.
Mm-hmm. And still has to go through that kid.
Yes, yeah.
At
And
best, he clears the kid this turn. That's
yeah,
about it.
because that would be your two attacks
Mhm.
max. Yeah, that doesn't get you anywhere. I don't know if he's debating to like Gravity Blade, but he can't grab. Hawkins isn't gonna go unless he attacked with everything, and once Boa's rested,
He could swing 9 with the boa at the kid and then rest the Perona and then do Craft Blade, but
that
he needs to establish bodies, but unfortunately
That's
all
true.
he has is the 10 drop,
Use lead effect, rest your leader.
and he's only swinging for 8.
That's fine.
Lets it go.
So do you just swing with Perona? Still don't have a blocker up.
If he's attempting to get rid of both the Basil and the Cavendish, yeah, he needs to swing
Yeah,
just to
you,
get that Perona arrested.
yeah, you just get your Perona rested. Bottom deck those two. But then Johnny still has two swings, and with no blockers up and like 2 cards in hand, I mean, the math is pretty simple on that.
Let's go 10 at Hody.
And he's opting to go 10 at Hody.
That is an option.
Yeah.
I was expecting potentially trying to get rid of 2 bodies instead of 1.
Yeah, I would have went for the 2 bodies instead of 1. Because 3 bodies, like that's just
Mhm.
game right there.
Not only that, but Basil is another blocker too.
He's gonna Hody anyway.
And then here is basically lethal here for Johnny
Yeah,
to go
this
for
is
Jeremy.
just lethal.
8 at lead, restand 2.
And the Cavendish giving him another 2, so you could go
Yep.
8, 8, 7, 8, 8, 8.
Yeah.
11 Cody.
Or
yeah,
11.
with
yeah.
4 cards in hand, you can't get out.
And unfortunate there. That gravity blade definitely.
Yep.
I was terrified because my hand at one point, it's like.
And then Johnny
Rockets,
is the winner
Yeah.
of
Ace,
Swiss,
two
so
Hodies.
Went
I'm like,
undefeated.
Johnny has a
you just
solidified
swing big, I think
finals
it's just kinda
entry.
fun.
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't get anything up there.
Yeah.
Alright, taking it back to the casters.
I mean, with the decks at the top, Bonney is a very good matchup for what we've been seeing.
Yeah, so again, like I said, unfortunate. Jeremy missequenced
Mhm.
that gravity blade, or else it could have made the game a lot different. But
Yeah.
congrats to Johnny, Mr. Fukuro, making it into the finals
Yep.
once again at one of the big Sully's Abode
Yeah.
tournaments.
Yeah.
At least this time I'm not getting cooked, so
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
take it. I'll take it any day.
And I would have just been embarrassed. I probably still would have been the top cut and then knocked out by a BY Luffy.
Aw. That's if a BY makes it.
That's true.
Because we saw Jesus get taken out, and Justin. Justin was the other BY player that we saw on stream, lost in one of these upcoming rounds. So
That's true. With the amount of players and the amount of rounds, I mean, it would not be crazy for some of these players you expect to be knocked out just by tiebreakers.
yeah. So like we were saying prior to the match, there is a
Yep.
chance that Jeremy gets knocked out of top cut this round.
Yeah.
Just highly dependent on how his tiebreakers do, or if Vaughn loses. If Vaughn loses this round, then Jeremy makes it into it. If not, he could get bumped out.
Yeah, because I think it was Vaughn and one other person had to get their win, and then, yeah, Jeremy could slide out.
So he's really banking on just the tiebreakers here, which
Yeah.
could be very stressful there.
Yeah. I don't want my boy's journey to end like that.
No, I'm actually I want him to make
Yep.
it. I want him to make it to top. I want to see Jeremy in the final.
Yeah, I think he could have done better. I think you could see like there was definitely some nerves. He might have been making like some little mistakes here and there.
Mhm.
You know, it's always nervous to go to that top table, especially with the stream going on.
Mhm.
You know.
And you know people are watching you.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just more pressure.
Yeah, I
Definitely
mean,
more pressure.
Yeah, during that 3v3 at game night, even though it was literally the first match, and I went to the streaming table, mirror match Bonnie's, I was still like nervous because I'm like, this just feels weird to be up on this stage.
Oh yeah. Well yeah, let's check out chat here. Adam, yeah. So